This initial road footage that you may be looking at is from my delivery of oak to a flooring company. And I'm going to try to play it in a way that you can see, not necessarily how I got there, because I didn't. This is from the back, looking back over the trailer. I'm going to try to play it in reverse so you can see kind of the what I had to deal with to haul this almost 50,000, it was 49,640 pounds worth of wet green oak over a mountain. It crushed my fuel mileage going over the mountains. And just when I got closer, it got even more interesting. So I wanted to show, hopefully it'll depict the angles of approach that I had to go through to drive this truck up over 11% grade, which wasn't really a big issue because I don't mind traveling slow, but 10 miles an hour, it's all cool. So hopefully it turns out okay.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
That's the route I am taking. If it focuses a little bit more, it might be easier for you to tell the details. When you can't read Cincinnati, you know it's kind of blurry. And I wear glasses, and I know it's blurry. Oops. See, it's trying to focus. So it's like 3:51. Okay, I guess it doesn't want you to know that. Clearly, anyway. And I have, yeah, about 18 miles. This is what I'm picking up, this stuff right here. I'm going to be, I don't know exactly how much I'm going to get, but once it's loaded, I strap it down. I've made 3, I feel like an IndyCar driver because I've been through this place 4 times today, having to make laps in order to, because there's no room out on the street for trucks to park there. I don't know how they have, yeah, they don't have overnight parking here, never mind. So if I'm in the way, I have to go through the scales and back around to get back in line because there wasn't room for the empty trucks. There was just room for the trucks that are filled up and trying to scale out. Because once I've scaled in, and now once I've got loaded and strapped down, then I go through the scales one more time, back out and around, and then I'll make a right-hand turn over there. So it's Thursday, 3:33. I've got 4 hours and 25 minutes left on my drive clock. So I'll wake up for Friday and have approximately 3 hours left to drive, and see where I go from there. I know there's some spots to pick up coils and whatnot from where I'll be located, and oh, throwing a strap, and but I probably won't make it home Friday. I'll probably make it home Saturday, but it is maybe a 3-day weekend. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's it for now. Once they start throwing stuff on my truck, then I can start strapping. It's 7:35. I'm done for the day. I still got an hour left on my clock, but where I'm at, which is just south of Cincinnati, southeast, I don't want to proceed too much farther without risking not finding parking, especially in Eastern time, because by the time I get to where I need to be, and it being 8:30ish, you know, you tend to run into lack of parking. You can see where I'm delivering in Indiana, which is almost the perfect spot to pick up a coil right after that and go home. We shall see if that happens. Because there's a spot in this area that I pick up coils quite regularly, and if I'm really lucky, it'll deliver in St. Louis or in Granite City, Illinois, which is right near where I live, on Tuesday, because Monday is Memorial Day, and from what I understand, most businesses are closed on Memorial Day, and I am at this little tiny quick shop marathon. There's a lot of marathons that I've been running lately. No, that I've been stopping at, and some of them have some pretty decent services. I'm gonna show you. I need a haircut. It's like I got wings, man, and that's not gonna cut it. I need to chop this stuff off, and so when you see me next week, I should be like high and tight again. I dread kind of going outside with a video recorder because of the amount of noise. Turning off electronics here. I've got one of the, let's see, if I had a top 5 loads that I don't want to carry, this would be like either number 1 or number 2. And let me show you why. Some may say, well, why? Why would you dread carrying this? Why would you dread it? Because it migrates. Insane amounts of migration. You see this right here? These are two different stacks. The top ones are doing better than the bottom ones. And the thing that makes this such, in my opinion, a dangerous load. See, bottom, all over this, these are moving that way, that one's moving that way. What is this stuff? It's like little tiny steel I-beams. But what does each one of these have that makes it so much fun? They are all coated in wax. It made me think of something. If you go to Holland, in that area, that region, they have a lot of windmills, and they are constructed almost entirely out of wood. I mean, the gears and the shafts, everything's wood. They may have some steel reinforcement in areas, but a lot of it's wood. And how do they lubricate that for it to operate? They use wax, beeswax. Every morning they get up and they wax all the gears so it can run smoothly. So with them putting this wax on here, it really is saying, hey, we want this stuff to slide around. And it does. I've got it tightened down as much as I can without damaging the product. I tighten it and then I get worried. I mean, there's deformations in the metal. But as I'm taking corners, you have to, with this kind of load, you have to drive what I call the champagne glass method. Take a glass of champagne, imagine that in the center of your trailer, and it's a tall one. It's a really tall champagne glass. And your job is to transport that champagne glass without it tipping over. So 18 miles after I picked up this load, I knew I was having problems. So I pulled over, got fuel, and I may have to do some more stuff to ensure my safety and of those around me. Because when I picked these up, and I guess I should have had a clue when I first, let me go on the other side of this trailer here. It's kind of bizarrely parked, but hey, whatever. When I picked up my load of stuff, I should have realized that there was probably an issue that I wasn't aware of. This is the first time I've been to this particular shipper. But I noticed that the forklifts were moving a lot of these bundles that had looked like they had fallen over or that they had run into them. And I thought, wow, they have some, I guess maybe they, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if they have an issue with forklift drivers, because I've never seen so many bundles of product that would need to be reconfigured and rebundled. And now that I'm carrying them, I'm thinking it's more the product itself, that it just naturally wants to come apart. They stack these things on two at a time. And so I had to use I don't have a tool to specifically pull straps through a full deck width of product across and pull straps through. I use a tape measure and electrical tape, and it went pretty smoothly. But even with that, I mean, without those what we call gut straps in the Maverick world, I know everybody else has got their own term for it, but that's cool. You can have your own words, or it's free country. Without those gut straps, I think I'd feel a lot more anxious as I drive, and I'm still nervous about it. I'm constantly, especially on these back roads, I'm very cautious of braking and even taking off from a dead stop. I am trying to treat it with kit gloves as if it is precious china. And hopefully it'll get me the other 4 hours. I've driven 2.5, almost 3 hours today with this particular load. And I have another 4 hours to go. So we shall, hopefully I will cross my fingers and continue to use my, luckily the hills kind of disappear and it's more flatland for the rest of the distance I need to travel. But these are the kind of things, it's like if you ever get a product stacked together like this and it's all coated in wax, I mean every single piece is individually dipped in wax. Yeah, you'll have to scratch your head and be like, okay. So yeah, that's it. What else can I say? This is crazy.